Hi, I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent Training. We're looking at the sounds of American English. In this video, we'll look at the NG, sound. Want to sound American? You can do it. SpeechModification.com. You can see the symbol for the sound here. It's like an N with a little hooked tail on it. We typically spell it with two letters, N-G, even though it's one sound. The sound can also be spelled just with letter N. I'll explain that later. To say the sound correctly, it is helpful to know that it's what's called a nasal sound. That means I'm sealing off the airflow from the mouth, and so the sound actually comes out of the nose. This is easiest to see in the sound where I'm sealing my lips. You can see that there's no way for the sound to come out of my mouth there. There are three nasals in American English. Like we just saw. Like the letter N, where I make the seal with my tongue instead of my lips, and my tongue is on the alveolar ridge, or the bumpy spot behind my teeth. If you can't feel that, or you aren't sure about it, try making a D or a T sound, D, T. Those are also made with the tongue on the alveolar ridge in American English. So you can say D, you'll feel the tongue is in the same place. So the nasals seal off the air, and lastly, NG. For I seal off the air with the middle of my tongue up against the roof of my mouth. I press the sides of my tongue to seal against the insides of my teeth. Another way to feel this and get the correct position is to say a K or a G sound, K, G. Even better, start to make a K, but then hold your tongue there. That's the position you want for NG. What many non-native speakers of English do is to say the NG sound too far forward as an N, instead of or they add a little extra K or G sound to the NG, The way to avoid these problems is to be sure you have the tongue back for the NG, and when you say the sound, you need to stop the air before you release your tongue. If I release, then the release of air adds the K or G sound. So I need to continue the air, and then stop before I release my tongue. This takes some practice. Try holding NG by itself for a longer duration. Another way to help differentiate N, NG, and NGK is to try minimal pairs. That is, words which are the same except for these sounds. For example, listen to these words. I'll say the word with N first, the word with NG next, and the word with last. Thin, thing, think, sin, sing, sink, ban, bang, bank. I mentioned earlier that sometimes the sound is represented by just the letter N. These are some examples: think, sink, bank. These do not have an N sound, they have an sound. Now, let's try some common words with doing, going, working, being, thing, nothing, something, everything. If you've been working on other sounds of American English with my Smart American Accent Training, you might find working on NG requires more practice at the word and sound level than some of the other sounds. Don't give up. Once you start feeling the correct way to make this sound, you'll be able to change it in your everyday speech. One last thing to know about NG is that in casual speech, Americans will sometimes use an N on verbs that have an ing ending. For example, you might hear, "What you doin'?" or "How's it goin'?" In casual speech, these don't stand out as errors, but in any more professional communication context, they sound too informal. I recommend getting in the habit of using the ng sound, as in most contexts it is necessary. Subscribe to our channel to get the latest videos. Go to our website to get more information, practice tips, a free screening, online courses, and more. Want to sound American? You can do it. SpeechModification.com.